My feet are so wet. Good morning and welcome to episode 5 of Pedals and Purpose. Now let me just give you a quick update as to how the night went. I didn't sleep until 2:30 a.m. because some random dog was running around the campsite barking and searching for his owner. This one. 2, there was a pig running around the tent and smelling on the floor, searching for food. That's number 2. Number 3, all the clothes I had stayed out there the whole night. Now guess what happened that night? It rained. And it's still raining in fact. So everything that I just washed is soaked again. And the funny thing about that is that I have nothing, absolutely nothing to wear besides my rain jacket and some long cycling shorts. Now I'm going to have to try to get all of this stuff dry within, let's see what time it is. It is it's 6:43. Oh my goodness. But besides that, it was very hard because obviously this mattress isn't good. I'll see how I get everything dry and then we'll have to start the day. I need to pack the bags and then head straight to Bremen because I don't want to take too long for this trip. But I also don't want to be stressed to reach some certain goal in a specific time frame. So, with that being said, join me on this journey today. It's going to be a pretty wild one with wet clothes, rain, cold. Alright, so let me give you a quick update as to what the situation is right now. I've been staying in this tent for about 2 more hours since the last clip, and I waited for the rain to stop and my clothes to dry out, but it really didn't stop. And then I decided to put all my clothes in the dryer, which is right next to the washing machine, and it's going to take about 40 minutes approximately to get done or to be finished. And now that I start recording and that I start packing up, the sun comes out and the rain stops. So this is a perfect condition to ride about, again, 120 today through Bremen and then on the way to Hamburg and hopefully to Ahrensburg, where we meet up with Lual, aka KV, and we'll have a great time there. And well, I'm gonna wait for all my clothes to be dry and for the dryer to be finished. In the meantime, I'm going to pack up all my stuff in the tent. Wow, the sun's coming out now, but this night was very freezing. And even though I had my sleeping bag and my rain jacket and everything, it was very, very cold and wet. The whole night, I don't know what it was, but this dog ran across the camping site and it really wasn't quiet here. So, as I said, I couldn't sleep until 2 a.m. or something. And then I woke up at 6:30 until now, waiting for the rain to stop and waiting for my clothes to dry out. And yeah, so 120 kilometers with 4 to 5 hours of sleep isn't optimal, but we have to get some food first because all my food is gone and I've eaten everything. And that's about it for this update. I'll keep you updated for the next couple hours and I'll see you when we start the ride. Alright, so welcome back. We are on the bike, we just started riding and the rain got a bit better, but I still have no food and I am hungry as F. And the next shop is in the next city, and because we are in the middle of nowhere right now, the next city is in 6 or 7 kilometers, and that means we have to ride there first before we can have breakfast. Oh my goodness. I'm completely soaked again. Drying my clothes out didn't do a thing. Washing my clothes didn't really do a thing because they're wet again. 7 kilometers till we have breakfast. Oh my goodness. Ooh. But I really enjoy this. It can't be sunshine and rainbow every single day. And that's quite alright. We have to take it anyways. And we'll continue and keep going to the next store that we find and we buy some breakfast. See you there. And yes, I have my ski mask on again, but my glasses off because I want to see something, and they get fully fogged up when I breathe out of my nose. Well, I could have done it, but we'll go to the store without them and then see how it goes till there. I am visibly confused as to what this way is, because my navigation tells me that I need to go here for 1.2 kilometers. This isn't even a path. There's no way. Oh my goodness. What are you doing with me? What are you doing to me? Straight in the fields again, as if it wasn't enough the last days. And another thing that I want to tell you is that the first micro SD card with 512 gigabytes is almost full already, so we have to switch them because I have another 512 gigabyte micro SD card with me here right in the front. And so I hope 1.2 terabyte is enough for this tour, otherwise we'll have to buy a new one at a local store. But for now, let's just keep going on this very confusing path and get some breakfast. I didn't say anything about the weather. It's raining again. Yeah, woo, let's go. I love this. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Straight in the field, no protection from trees, no nothing, and it's still 6 kilometers to the next shop, to the next local store. Woo! Oh fuck, man. Why? Let's go. So I'm on the bus stop right now, and it doesn't seem to get any better with the rain. It doesn't seem to stop, and as I said, it's still 6 kilometers to the next local corner shop. And now we have two options. We either stay here and wait for it to stop, or we just keep going and we just don't give a f. On the one hand, I don't want to stay here for hours because I have kilometers to make. I have somewhere to be. And on the other hand, I don't want to be soaked because I just came from a place where I was completely soaked. So this is a decision I need to make in the next 2 to 3 minutes. I'm going to drink some. I have no food, so I'm going to drink some and then we'll head straight to the next corner shop. We don't care about rain, and hopefully my rain jacket is good enough. So, my beautiful companion, we have just had breakfast and oh, there's a big puddle. Oh. Anyways, what I wanted to say is that we have 105 kilometers remaining. I am wet. I am cold. And I am shivering because my whole outfit is completely soaked in rain, and it doesn't help that now I begin riding in complete wind. But anyways, what I wanted to tell you is that we're going to do this no matter the conditions, no matter the weather. But now I have to warm up first because I have to sit there for at least 15 minutes and it was not warm at all. Yeah, we'll meet again at the next checkpoint, which is located 60 kilometers from now, well, probably before. Let's just get some electrolytes. Maybe it helps. But we really need to change socks now, because the socks that I wear right now are completely soaked. They are dripping wet. Wow. Freshly washed, freshly dried, and now they are completely soaked. I think soaked and wet are my favorite words on this tour. Everything is soaked, everything is wet. Oh my goodness. Ew, fuck you. Ugh. I think I'm just gonna let my feet dry a bit in the sun here, and then we'll continue the tour. For today. Take up my rain jacket. Oh. By the way, if you're wondering, yes, my shorts are completely soaked too. And these pads here, they absorb water so well that the water stays in there, and then I need to squeeze them out. And it's not that cool. I'm telling you, it's not that cool. I believe I'll just eat something real quick, and then when my feet are dry enough, hop into fresh socks right here. Freshly washed, freshly dried socks. And, well, then we'll keep going. And I believe we have about 90 something kilometers left. And that's quite alright for today. I'm not quite sure how much I can record today because really, you've seen the last two episodes. It is the same good old roads. It is farms, it is tractors, it is horses, cows, and nothing but acres and acres of fields. And I'm not quite sure if that's the most interesting part to watch in the episode, but what can I do? It is the scenery, it is the landscape that I have here. And I will do the best of it, and maybe I can do some magic while editing all this so that you have a good time while joining me on this journey. Alright, so new socks are on. Little pretzel, as the Englishman says. And then let's keep going and finish strong. Even though we just started, but we need to finish strong. The good thing is that it doesn't rain anymore, and so that's something positive. The only concern that I have is my feet, because even though I have new socks on that were dry, my shoes are still wet, and the socks are just absorbing all the water. What can I do? I'll just continue riding and see where I end up. until 8:30 and 9 p.m. By the way, it is 3:12, and let me just tell you how far we have to go. 93.2 kilometers remaining. We've traveled 23.3 kilometers so far, and we have an average speed of 19.8 kilometers an hour. Compared to yesterday, it's a bit slower. Yesterday we had an average speed of 22.6 or something, but 20 is still okay. And also the route is mostly flat, so there are no inclines, no hills, no climbing on this route until Copenhagen actually. Just like the last couple of days. If you've seen the last episodes, it's the same landscapes, it's the same altitude, just flat surfaces and fields. That's it. So I'll catch you on the next stop and enjoy the journey. Now would you look at this? The sun came out, it's getting warm, the wind is decreasing, and everything is getting better. So the perfect conditions to keep going. Just now back on the camping site, I met a gentleman and he told me that there are free camping sites in the woods all around my route. And due to the fact that since now I've been on camping sites every single night, besides 2 or 3 of those, it wasn't really worth it. Maybe I'll sleep at such a place tonight. And this gives me a couple of advantages. First of all, I can arrive there at whatever time I want. 2, I have no worries for reservation or any of this, and I can just leave wherever I want without doing any check-in or check-out and paying any extra for anything. But this is also a negative point because obviously there's no electricity and no shower, no anything. But I believe I can live without a shower for 1 or 2 days, and then we'll get a shower in at the next camping site. By the way, the zipper of my rain jacket broke about 2 days ago, and every single time I try to close this, it takes about 15 minutes to just close this up, and I can't leave it open because it's too windy or I'm too wet from the rain. But I can leave this open. Oh my goodness, I'm almost getting off the trip. Yo. I'll try it one more time. Oh fuck. And now it's open all the way. Great job, Elias. You did a great job. So I have 1 more minute left on this SD card before it's full, and I have to change it and switch it to the fresh one. I don't know how long this clip's going to be because it says I only have 1 minute left, and I'm just going to talk until it cuts off. It's about 80 kilometers now until our destination, and I'll just meet you when I put in the new SD card with 500 and something gigabyte for the next couple days to record footage for you and for me. So let me just go ahead and show you how you actually remove the SD card from this camera. First of all, you have to take out the battery. This is the battery of the camera. Then there you can see the micro SD card. Then you push it in once, it comes out, and then you take it out. But you have to have a new one, a fresh one, ready. And I'm gonna just unpack this, and then we'll change them out. Unpack the new SD card, the fresh one. You want to take out the old one very carefully because the footage on there is pretty valuable. And let me just, oh yeah, oh, it's such a tricky thing. All right, so there we have it. This is 512 gigabytes of video footage from this trip, and we're going to put this in here. So just that it's safe, and then just carefully slide this back in. Oh, yeah, that's what I mean. Hopefully it's all right. And this, then slide this back in carefully, and then let it click once. Boom, it's in. And then put the battery back in, turn the camera on, and then you should be able to see if it got recognized or not, and it did. We have 16 hours and 54 minutes of storage left, and we can record the video footage with this. By the way, this is the camera if you've never seen one. Pretty cool. You have a screen here, different recording modes, 360 degrees footage, the single lens footage, and all of the different modes right here. So that's quite cool. I'm gonna pack this back in, and then we're on the way to Copenhagen for today. Not Copenhagen, but it's about 40 kilometers behind Bremen, and that's what we're gonna do now. Turn the camera off, and then we're back on the bike. And if you're wondering how I charge this camera or how I charge my phone while driving, then this is the explanation for it. There is a little slot that you have to pull up, and then there is an USB-C port where you plug this cable in, and the other end of the cable is in one of the power banks. Let's just see how much. Oh, that's what shouldn't happen. Bro, that's why you shouldn't film with one hand, and that's why I have my chesty on. But one of them has 56%, as you can see, and the other one has 28%. And we'll take this one because this 28% is going to charge this camera up fully. So 28% here equals to 100% here, which is quite cool. And I always go ahead and put the power bank here in the wraparound that I have on my belly, and then plug the other end into this hole, and boom, we can see that it's hopefully charging. It is charging. This charging process takes about 40 minutes to be full and holds about 3 hours of recording. Next thing that we're going to do is put the other power bank with 56% on my phone that I hold in my hand, and you can see that there is a port or a slot for the cable to charge my phone, and I'm going to put the power bank here in the front and let the cable run outside here, close the top, and that's about it. Alrighty, welcome back. This is the first clip on the new micro SD card. I hope it works just as fine as the last one. I have no idea how far we are, but I'm feeling a bit better. Weather's cool, my feet are still wet, and I'm sweating a bit, but that's okay. I have enough to drink, enough to eat, and we'll keep going on this path for another 5 kilometers in the street. The only thing that I have for navigation right now is my headphones, because I don't want to leave my screen on the whole time and have my mobile data suck the battery or drain the battery. So I've turned off the mobile data and I'm on flight mode now, and the only thing connected to my phone is my headphones via Bluetooth, so that I can hear the directions, left, right, whatever she's saying. And I don't know if you can see it, but this power bank has 15% left, and the camera is absolutely fully charged. So that means, I'm not quite sure how many, was it 28 or something? I believe it was 28. So 28% on the power bank, minus 13% is 100% on the Insta360 X4. Now we have it unplugged. Let's look at our phone battery. It is at 59%, and now we have 15% left here, which we will use for loading the camera at night today. So let's just eat a banana real quick and take off this rain jacket, because it is very, very hot, even if it's windy. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, my feet are so wet, as if I were just swimming and came out of the water. That's how it feels. We're still at 12 checkpoints because the next checkpoint is in a couple of kilometers, and we haven't planned many of them today. Let's just see if I can fit this here. Oh, that's tricky. Let's go. Banana time. I just decided that I'm going to lay here for a couple of minutes on the grass. It's warm and it's not that windy down there. So let me just give you the stats for today. A little update. We have 72.4 kilometers remaining and we have traveled 44.1 kilometers so far. The estimated time of arrival is in 4 hours and 16 minutes, and we've been in motion for 2 hours and 8 minutes. Elevation, no one cares about elevation. Next waypoint, next checkpoint is in 27.5 kilometers, and the average speed is 20.7 kilometers an hour. So let's just pause the navigation because we're going to rest here for a bit and take a break. Take out the phone, and we'll see you after the break. I just found something on my phone that is very, very interesting. So I'm not quite sure. Oh, I can. All right. So here we have Cloppenburg. I don't know if you can see this. Let me just take off my glasses so I can see better. Right here is Cloppenburg, and we stayed here for the night. This is our camping site and the beautiful lake. If it loads, this is the lake we were in, and we traveled this path so far, this way until, oh wow, until here, and we're in the middle of a field. As you can see, there are fields around us, nothing else, and there we have Bremen. And Bremen is a beautiful, beautiful city that we'll stay in a bit longer to really see the most important sights and, well, just to discover the city a bit. And then we're going to continue just back into the fields. So there's nothing more than fields around us until we arrive at Zeven. And Zeven is our destination, or our ideal destination. I think I'm going to go there, but if I find a beautiful spot to sleep in on the way, I'll stop there and sleep. I'm just going to rest here, lay down for a little bit. I don't think it's pretty smart to lay in the sun, but it's just about, let's say, 10 minutes or something. I'm even going to set a timer for 10 minutes. 11 minutes from now. I'm going to take off my shoes too, so that my feet can breathe and so that my shoes can get a bit drier and we don't have to step into these soaked, disgusting wet shoes. Now, after drying out a bit and not being as wet as before from the sweat and the rain and everything else, we are back on the road. 71.5 kilometers remaining until we reach our goal, which is Zeven. And we've been traveling for 45 kilometers so far. Now I want to fully dry out my clothes and maybe even change outfits because it's getting a bit warm. But anyways, we're back on the road again. Sun's coming out. I have no idea what that is, but if you can see this, there's a giant tower. That's a giant pole, red and white, and I have no idea what that was. I'm going to have to fill up my water bottles in some homes, so I have to knock on doors again and very kindly ask if anyone wants me to fill my bottles. But since the first time knocking on the door, every single person that opened the door actually went ahead and refilled my bottle. My navigation just told me that I have to do U-turn, and I have no idea why. Let's just do a U-turn and figure out what she meant. Oh, I see what she meant. I needed to turn right there. Now I just kept on straight. No, sir. I have to go left. Is it here? No, it's not here. It's even further back. Oh, that was kind of close. But at least now we're on the right way, on the right path to our destination. And maybe you think this is always the same episode because the scenery is the same every single time. But it is actually not. It's just the north of Germany pretty much looks the same wherever you go. And here and there's a little town or a city like Bremen or Münster, but all in all, between those cities, the landscapes are pretty much the same. And this beautiful light that we just saw marks checkpoint number 13. And that means we have the permanent marker out again and we put a new stripe on our frame. Checkpoint 13. Let me just redo the first ones because they're already fading away, even though this is a permanent marker. I just decided that I want to change these long pair of shorts for this short pair of shorts, which is still a bit wet from the washing machine, but it's alright. And it gives us extra cooling. And we have these two, this one and the short one that I have on right now. These two just the same as yesterday. And let me just go into the bush right there and change. Listen, I have sad news to tell you. Do you see it? The right bracket was already broken, but now it finally fell off and I have no idea where it is. And I also can't wear them like this because you can see that it just doesn't work. And now my plan is to go to Bremen and just buy a new pair. By the way, this pair is from Calea in Spain for about 5 to 10 euros. I've bought this 2 years ago, I believe. And yeah, it was quite cool. But now it's broken. And I already tried to put some glue on there, but it obviously didn't work. Everything's broken. And now it's time for a new pair of glasses. Let's just stay here in silence for a second to remember this beautiful pair of glasses. Okay, that's enough. I have no time. Let's go to Bremen. "50 kilometers on the clock, 68 more to go." I just messaged the gentleman at ORHAN about his current status and location and how he's doing, but I've yet to get an answer. Hopefully he's okay. Hopefully he's still alive, doing well. I might call him in a couple minutes just to make sure he's okay. Because he wants to go from Bremen all the way down to Bavaria to the Allianz Arena. It's quite far. I'm not quite sure how far it is, but I guess around 800, 700 kilometers. So just about the same length as I do. But the first time we met, he already had 4 days in, while I was on my first day. So I think it's my 6th day, which means today is his 10th day. He had zero preparation, zero plan of equipment, and his bike was terrible. But I still think he's going to do it, and I still think he's going to reach destination of Bavaria. But it's going to be a heck of a drive for him. because his bike is not the best one for his tour. And it's more about the driver than about the bike. But what can I say? My bike is worth less than the camera recording this very clip. So I'm also a bit frugal when it comes to I can't tell this. I have a mountain bike for that. No. The bike that I'm riding on right now isn't the best bike either. It's about the driver and it's about the person who kicks the pedals. Alright, little update from ORHAN. He just sent me a video on WhatsApp and he said he already has 150 kilometers in and he wants to do 200 today. So he's a crazy boy. And we'll do 120, 130 today and we'll see how it goes. And we'll see how we feel. As I said, I had a plan to ride the whole night because 1, the streets are empty and nobody's riding, and 2, I just want to experience driving through the night. And let me see where I need to go. It's super rich here. So as you saw, we've arrived in Bremen, and this is our next checkpoint. Checkpoint number 14. Next stripe on the bike, next checkpoint you reached. So as you just saw, we've arrived in a bike basement, and it is very warm in here. It is dry, and I'm going to go ahead and search for a place to eat or to grab food, because I can show you right here. We have still 46.8 kilometers remaining, and we've just traveled 73.8 kilometers. And as you can see, we're in the middle, in the center of Bremen. And as you just saw, the beautiful church and the building here. Let's just see where I can get some food. By the way, I have no connection in here because of all the concrete walls, but I'll try to dry my feet, and then we're out to get some food. Oh, that's steep. Right here I looked at the remaining route and the remaining distance that we would have to travel with the 46 kilometers, with the ideal goal that we actually had initially. But here I also considered and took into consideration that I already had made 80 kilometers, which is not much, but still 80 kilometers. And so I also looked for the next alternative of a place to sleep in Bremen city.
Hallo, ist da eine Kamera?
Ja, das ist eine Kamera.
Das auch machen.
Ja? Okay. Ja. Ist aber auf Englisch nur.
Ja, ach,
Nur auf Englisch, ja.
So, okay. So live?
Nee, das ist ein Video für YouTube.
Ah, für YouTube?
Ja, also ich komme aus Köln mit dem Fahrrad.
Ach, mit Fahrrad?
Ja.
Oh, geil. Echt? Wie viele Kilometer?
1000 Kilometer.
1000
Ja.
Kilometer?
Ich möchte nach Dänemark fahren. Den nächsten Tag. Ja.
Möchtest du einen Bier haben?
Ein Tee, ja gerne. Ja.
Okay, mach ich, ja.
Shukran. Context. So, as you just saw, I bought 2 shawarma menus from the gentleman that wanted to be on the video and said, hey, what's up guys? So anyways, at this point it is 9:15 p.m. and I had to go to the motel where I sleep this night in about 30 minutes, because the latest check-in is at 10 p.m. And due to the fact that I think it was 13 kilometers away from me, I had to really push into the pedals and put my last bit of energy into the pedals with the bag of food hanging on my handlebar. As you can see, riding through the city of Bremen. But at the end of the day, I arrived at the motel in about, I think it was 30 minutes. So 30 minutes for 10 kilometers is a 30 kilometers per hour, which is quite cool. But the moment I arrived at the motel, I was completely exhausted, and they were just about to close, so I was just in time. Now would you take a look at this? 2 shawarma, calories, proteins, and the things we need. So now I'm going to eat first, and then I'm going to explain why I'm here and what is going on. Bye bye. I just laid down to sleep because I desperately need sleep. But I forgot to record everything that happened here and why I'm in a bed and not in my tent. But I decided to tell you this tomorrow, and the clip from tomorrow is going to be in this episode too, so that you have a context and that you have an understanding as to why I'm laying in a hotel room today and what happens for this to occur. Again, I really need to sleep right now. It is 12:33 already, so
Well, I'm going to sleep. I'm going to have the best night's sleep on this tour. So I'm going to catch you tomorrow and in the next episode of Pedals and Purpose. Have a great night and see you tomorrow.